Happy Saturday, everybody. In just a moment here, starting our Saturday morning practice. As you are noticing that we're coming live and maybe you didn't know we had a class going on this morning, well, we certainly do. 2 classes, in fact, live here in my living room on this beautiful rainy Saturday morning. So this class is a level 2 class. It is full of sun salutations and more, I don't want to say complicated holds because it's not complicated, but this class is perhaps not for a beginner unless you're adventurous and you want to have a laugh and try something new this morning. I would never say no. Join me on the mat anytime. But this class, today we're going to be flowing through some moon salutations, really opening up into some crescent lunges, crescent holds to really open up through the heart space and to find this sense of healing here in this time of rest that we're going through. So if you are joining me live, very happy Saturday. If you're joining me later, I hope you are having a good day, whenever that is. And we're going to start off, this class is really meant to offer grounding and a place where you can come into your own breath and into your own day and find your own space, connecting to your place in the universe and just allowing a sense of steadiness. This is a place where you turn off the ringers and the other screens and you allow some sensory deprivation almost, where if you like to have some music on, make sure it doesn't have lyrics, have some beats playing or some vibes playing. Just so that you can really quiet into your mind. We're going to be moving energy today in a way to get things flowing. This time of year we tend to get heavy and stagnant anyway as we wait for our sunny spring days to come in. So let's start off with breathing. Just either in lightning bolt pose as I'm in, or easy pose, or any other long spine that you can find comfort in. Just come into this slower way of breathing. Eyes can close or come down. Belly opening on the inhale, finding this space. Take a few open mouth exhales. Releasing morning stagnancy, releasing any tension that you're feeling, any stress that you're carrying. Eyes closed, just looking at the back of your eyelids, letting everything else go away for a few moments, for these moments that you spend in practice. And breathing deeply into the belly. Pull that breath up into the heart. Pull that breath up into the shoulders, brightening your posture. And just keep that bright posture, keep that slow breath, and we'll quiet in here for a few moments, a few brief moments. And if it's in your practice to set an intention or to offer a wish or a prayer, this is the time to do so. Just listening to the sound of your breath, becoming amazed with that inhale, noticing how it brings energy in, life in, oxygen in. And equally amazed with that exhale, releasing stagnancy and stress. And then quiet into your thoughts, letting them soften. Lengthen into your spine. Take a few more breaths here, just settling into this space, allowing this solitude. Eyes can stay closed. Let's start to move into that energy and use the breath to help us. As you inhale, I want you to shrug the shoulders sharply up to the ears. And as you exhale out of the mouth, just drop the shoulders down. Inhale. I'm now imagining that my exhale is quite loud and echoey here. So as we work on the sound of our live videos, I'm going to exhale a little softer there. But you keep exhaling into your room. Five more. Really create that tension as you inhale up. And release it as you exhale down. Two more. Sit in stillness. Again, lengthen the spine. And let's straighten into the legs in downward facing dog. Hands press into earth. Stretch back through the feet, find your plank pose, and then lift those hips and just settle in here into 10 slow, deep breaths. Moving into the body, bending one knee then the other, or both knees together. Play around with the length of how long your hands and feet are from each other. Just stepping in or out an inch or two can really change how you're feeling the stretch. Open mouth exhale. Really releasing that stress, that tension, and stagnancy. Knees come down. Sit the hips back to the heels, lightning bolt pose. Flip your arms out, and we're going to start to engage here into the legs and the core with our breath. So palms are rolling quite open as you can early morning, and sometimes it helps to arrange those shoulders a few times. Try to get the shoulder blades back together. Palms facing outwardly, bringing this external rotation into the shoulders. As you inhale, press into the tops of the feet, lift up into a tall kneeling position. Hands come together. Exhale, sit back and down, hands pull to the heart. Let's do this a few more times. Inhale. Then exhale. Keep going. Two more. Sit back and down. Press the palms to the lap. Take an inhale. Side out. And let's stretch over, downward facing dog. Pedal into the feet, 5 slow breaths. Bring your toes as wide as the mat. Lift the hips up. And then press into the hands, extending the arms, and really create this strength in the shoulders.
And for the last 3 breaths here, let's practice moving into our shoulders, almost as though you're doing a push-up, even though the arms aren't bending. So as you inhale, really press the ground away, feel the shoulders engage, and as you exhale, drive your head down toward the earth, but the elbows stay nice and long. You're just moving the shoulders. Inhale, press the ground away, melt the heart toward the thighs. Exhale, press the ground down press the head down toward the earth. Just that little protraction and retraction of the shoulders. One more. Knees bent, step forward, find your forward fold. Hands can come to your shins if you'd like. If you're nice and tight in the hamstrings first thing in the morning, it's always good to come into a forward fold slowly. So inhale in your tabletop. As you exhale, it's a feeling that the belly is coming toward the thighs and that the chest is coming toward the shins and that the nose is coming toward the ankles, crown of the head coming toward the floor. And of course, if you don't have that perfect flexibility, it's just the imagination that you're using here, that the belly is coming to the thighs and the chest is coming toward the knees and the ankles and the nose is coming toward the toes. And move here with your breath a few more times, inhaling as you lengthen. Exhale, soften. Really focus in on how you're coming into the stretch over and over. 3 more. All the way up to standing, reach up, palms press. Hands come to your heart, thumbs to the sternum, shoulders relax back and down, press into the feet. And take a few breaths here, notice your alignment. Deepen the breath at the belly, really create this volume in the belly, in the bottom of the ribs. Let's start to bring some movement into the legs with the breath. Feet pressing firmly in. Hips start to sit back and down. Knees stay behind the toes, lift up through the toes, really power down through the feet. Bring your hands to your sides and roll the palms open, just as we did when we were in that kneeling position. Pressing into the feet, sitting in your chair pose. As you inhale, straighten the legs, stretch up, palms come together. Sit back and down, hands to your heart, drawing that energy in. And then palms roll open, inhale, legs straighten, stand up. Exhale, sit back and down. Start to listen to the breath. We'll keep going here, powering up the legs, powering up the breath, powering into that awareness. Why do you come to your mat? Hands to your heart, chair pose, 5 breaths, eyes quiet. Check in with the back of your neck, lengthen as much as you can. If you're not feeling this in your quads, if your breath isn't starting to feel a little more powerful, if your heart isn't starting to feel a little more powerful, sit back and down a little bit more. Take 1 more breath here. Let it out. Press into the feet, reach into the arms, stretch it tall. Arms out to the side, this time fold forward from the hips, melt your belly, melt your chest, melt your forehead. Inhale, half lift. Step it back, downward facing dog. Power into those shoulders, toes hip distance. Crown of the head pressing toward the earth. Feel the palms spreading wide. And let's try 5 of those protraction, retraction, shoulder shrugs where we're not really moving into a full push-up at all. We're just dropping into the shoulders and then pressing the world away again. So inhale as you find your longest arms, your longest spine. Exhale, just relax those shoulders. Feel the strength. Inhale as you lift up, coming into that long-armed place. Sorry, my cat just came and gave me a kiss. Exhale as you press the head toward the ground. Press into the arms, 2 more. Inhale. And exhale, drive the head toward the earth. Last one. If shoulders get tired anytime, you drop to the knees, just like this. Drop to your knees. Stretch back, extended child's pose. Give those shoulders a stretch. Feel the heat you just created. And let's thread the needle left side. Left arm stretches through, settle into your child's pose again, and just feel that stretch. Maybe even move around here, opening and closing the chest. Feel the stretch in the back of the shoulder blades, letting this be therapeutic. Other side. Left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches through. You can stay here or move into the stretch a little bit. Connecting to what makes you awesome today. Stretch through those arms, reaching both forward. Take another breath. Let it out. Stretch forward, find a plank pose, nice and strong in those shoulders. Find a plank pose, really lengthen into the legs, and then bring the knees straight down, keep the toes tucked. Just to take a little bit of the weight off of our hands and our shoulders here. Press out into the arms, elbows press a little bit forward. And let's take a few of those protraction and retraction push-ups here. Knees supported on the mat. And just feel the pressure of dropping the chest down and rolling it back up. Working into the shoulders today really just kind of helps you to get rid of congestion. Get rid of stagnancy and tiredness. One more. Come into supported plank pose, somewhere halfway between protracted and retracted. Elbows hug together. Slowly start to lower the whole torso down to the earth. Hips press in. Bottom of the ribs stay pressing in. Feet flatten. Tops of the feet flatten. And lift up into a very baby cobra pose. Lengthen back through the shoulders, looking down at the earth instead of up at the screen. Lengthen through the legs, press down through the hips, spread out through your fingers, and just breathe here. 5 slow rounds, trying to hold the weight up with the back as though you lifted those hands up and you would still be lifted. You don't have to lift the hands up unless you'd like to. 3 more slow breaths. Feel that diaphragm moving. A little bit more of a cobra. Inhale. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Toes press in, hips lift up. And take a breath. Let it out. Inhale, bend into your knees. Look forward to your hands. Exhale, step up, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. For some added oomph, hands can come to the back of the head, just lightly resting fingers here. Exhaling as you fold, inhale to your half lift, and exhale as you fold. 2 more, engage the core, engage the legs, exhale. All the way up this time, press through the feet, press open with the hips, lift up through the heart. Take a breath. Let it out. Hands to your heart. Stepping forward, we will start to move here through half salutes and then into our Surya Namaskar C, or moon salutations, just this way to really open into the heart, stretching long into the front of the chest, opening into the belly. When you start to move the energy here at the front of the body, really set yourself up for this great energy throughout your day, and this great way of just to be open to all of the people around you, all of the circumstances around you, your life. So feet press in, toes come together. And posture here as we move into a moon salutation it starts out the same, where we're in this nice long Tadasana, checking in with the alignment of hips and shoulders and ears. But then as we start to move, you press into the feet, the hips start to come forward, the belly starts to lengthen, the heart starts to lift, the hands will come together if that's comfortable. And gratitude arms as you fold forward, the spine stays flat. Really focus here on belly coming toward the chest and forehead coming toward the ankles. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, left knee to the earth. Keep the toes tucked for this stretch. And inhale up, find a low lunge, pressing forward. Check in with your right knee and ankle here at this point. You want everything to be in line. Maybe you're uplifted here a little bit, that's totally fine. If you are, you can press forward, pressing into the hips, lifting up through the heart, and then find those gratitude arms. Fingers spread wide, elbows in line with the shoulders. Shoulder blades coming back. Lift the heart. Feel the inhales lift you, and the exhales sink you. 2 more breaths. Hands frame the foot on the exhale, step back, plank pose. Inhale here. Knees, chest, chin, slowly lower. Hips press down, lift up to baby cobra. 5 breaths here. If you'd like, palms can reach back and lift up toward the ceiling. Feel yourself breathe. Back of the neck long. 2 more. Hands slide back into position. Palms press in, elbows hug in, cobra pose. Lift up. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Toes come together. Left foot reaches up. Keep the hips square. Power into the hands. 5 rounds here. Surprise bonus. 3-legged dog and those shoulder shrugging and waking up push-ups. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, just shrug the shoulders, head pressing down toward the earth. Inhale, press up, and exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, relax. You're not really relaxing. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Shoulders to neutral, come up to the right, tiptoes. Inhale. Left foot steps through. Right knee to the earth. Just one breath here. Inhale, gratitude arms. Open the heart. Hands to the earth. Step forward, forward fold. Heart lifts. And fold. Press through the feet, reach through the arms, hips press forward, heart lifts up, palms together. And gratitude arms, 5 breaths, lift the heart, little bend to the knees if you're creeping into that spine at all. Listen to your breath. Opening your heart, feeling that gratitude. One more. Hands come to your heart, lengthen the spine, move into the hips a little. And we'll find that second side, feet press down, shoulders relax. Bring your hands to your sides as you inhale, palms press up. Press the palms together, press the hips forward, lift up into the heart. Inhale again. As you exhale, slowly fold through, coming through gratitude arms as belly presses toward thighs, forehead presses toward the shins. Heart lifts. Right foot steps back, long runner stretch, then the knee comes down, keeping the toes tucked. Inhale here, find first your low lunge, just checking in with left knee, making sure that everything's nice and in line. You can lift up a little. And staying here. And shoulders, I didn't give this tip first side. If you'd like, hands can stay on the thigh and you can lift up to the heart this way. Otherwise, find the gratitude arms. Feel free to adjust the knee if you need to. Find those gratitude arms, lift up through the heart. Shoulder blades relax together. Find your joy. 2 breaths. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, frame the foot, step back, plank pose, extra breath here. Inhale, knees, chest, chin. Slowly exhale. Hips down, heart lifts. 5 breaths, cobra pose. Hands stay at your sides. You can flip them back and up. If it's okay for you, you can interlace those hands behind with your back, lifting up tall. Hear yourself breathe. Lengthen into the back of the neck. Last one. Hands press into the earth. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last round of these nice upside down shoulder push-ups. Find your perfect downward dog to begin with. Toes come together. Right foot reaches up, keeping your hips square. Hands press away. Lengthen up as you inhale. Exhale, just melt into those shoulders. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale. Inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, relax the head toward the earth. 2 more. Last one. Shoulders engage, lift up through the right heel, left toes to the tiptoes, and exhale, step through, find your runner stretch. Knee down, just 1 breath here. Inhale, stretch up, gratitude arms. Exhale, hands plant. Step forward, forward fold. Half lift, fingertips to the ears. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, standing, sit up. Exhale, fold in, find your strong core, work the belly, inhale, and exhale. Legs engaged, last one. all the way up. Press through the feet, lift through the heart, lift through the face. Bring your hands to your heart. Soften your 5 breaths. Feel how powerful you are in this moment. Feet come together. Sit the hips back and down. Chair pose, lift up through the toes. Inhale here. Exhale, sink in a little more. Inhale, press down, reach up, find the length. Chair pose, hands to heart. Exhale, 4 more. Nice and strong. Sit back nice and low. Find that power. Last 2. Chair pose. Take a breath. Lengthen the neck. Inhale. As you exhale, hands come down, left foot steps back, runner stretch. Fingertips to the earth, lengthen back through the heel. Really power into the back leg as you inhale. Lift up to a long high lunge, sinking in. Inhale, lengthen, straighten the legs. Exhale, sink in. And we'll add the arms to inhale, lift up, and gratitude arms. Exhale, lift the heart. Inhale, lift up, everything lengthens. Exhale as you come in. 2 more. Last one. Gratitude arms, take a breath. Frame the foot, exhale, step back. Plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, slowly lower. Lift your heart, cobra pose. Downward facing dog. Both feet come together. Left foot reaches up, up, up. This time open into the hips. Find that nice stretch in our 3-legged dog. Arms pressing away. If arms are tired at this point, feel free to bring that right knee to the earth. And just lift up into the left knee from there. Really power into those shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Frame the foot. Downward dog. Knees bend. Look forward. Inhale. Exhale. Step forward. And fold. All halfway up. Inhale. And exhale. Press through the feet, reach through the arms, lift through the heart. Hands to the heart. Sit back and down, chair pose, take a breath. Let it out. 1 more. Weight shifts to the left foot, right foot comes back, fingers to the earth. Long runner stretch. Come to your fingertips so that you don't round into your spine, really lengthen into the whole spine from tailbone to the neck. Right toes nice and strong. That right foot powering in as you inhale. Come on up. Reach the arms up. High lunge. Shoulders relax. Find your balance. Eyes lift. Inhale, everything lengthens, legs straighten. Gratitude arms sink in, exhale. Inhale. And
exhale. Find your focus. And last one, exhale, find that lifted heart, inhale. Exhale, frame the foot, step back, downward facing dog. Toes together, right foot reaches up, find that lift, and then open into the hips. Arms stay powerful here, really pressing into the earth, shoulders opening just as the hip is. One more breath. As you exhale, square the hips, downward facing dog. Knees down, child's pose. Let yourself soften here for a few breaths. Our yoga practice is much more effective when we can control the breathing and stay in that place of calm. And let's take a few breaths in child's pose. Thread the needle. Release into the back of the shoulder blades. Reach forward and change sides. Slowly lift up, tabletop, and then plank, and then downward facing dog. Inhale, knees bend, look forward. Exhale, step up, forward fold. Heart lifts, inhale. Exhale, fold. Press through the feet, reach through the arms. Hands settle to your heart. Savasana pose. Thumbs to the sternum, nice and tall in your heart. Hands to your sides. Roll those palms open. Step the feet more than hip distance apart. So maybe even turn to the side of your mat or lengthways on your mat if you would like. Palms rolled open, toes open just slightly. And ankles are slightly wider than your hips, but not in any way, wide stance here. So palms are rolling out. As you inhale, lengthen up. Hands press through center, sit back into a wide chair pose. Inhale, press into the feet, reach into the arms. Exhale, lengthen the spine as you sit back. 3 more. We'll take 1 more. As you exhale, sit back and down, really sink into your wide chair pose. And 5 breaths, just long and slow. Sitting back a little further if you can. Press into the feet, reach through the arms, lengthen the legs, inhale. Hands to the sides, heels for the feet back together. If you turned on your mat, turn back to forward, Tadasana pose. Take a breath, roll those palms open, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold in from the hips. Heart lifts. Left foot steps back, fingers to the earth, runner's stretch. Power into the feet, bring those left toes a little closer. Long in the fingertips. Press into the feet, inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, frame the foot. 4 more, inhale, reach up, lengthen, maybe open the heart. Exhale, frame the foot. Inhale, press through, reach up. Exhale, frame the foot. 2 more. Stretch through your gratitude arms as you bring those fingers down. And last one, inhale, feel the power in your body. And yes, I nailed it. Exhale, bring the foot, step back, downward facing dog. From dog pose, inhale, rock forward, plank pose. Slowly lower to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Knees bend, look forward, inhale. Exhale, step up, fold in. Half lift and fold. Press through the feet, reach through the arms, stretch. Hands to the heart. Press the arms up, inhale. Exhale, fold in. Right foot steps back, fingertips to the earth. It's a long runner stretch, but then maybe an inch inward so that you have that power in the right foot. As you inhale, power up, find that length. Exhale, through gratitude arms, frame the foot, touch the earth. Press into the legs, power up. Exhale, frame the foot. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, frame the foot. Last one, nice and strong. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, slowly lower. Good job. Child's pose. Reach the arms back this time if it's okay for your body. Just let the shoulder blades melt as you rest here. Sometimes reaching the arms through the legs can be a little more accessible than reaching the arms around the leg, and then just bring one cheek to the earth. Feel softness and relaxation come over the body here for a moment. Just settling into the breath. If you turn one cheek to the earth, turn the other way.
onto our mats in staff pose, reaching the legs out in front of you. If you have a blanket, you can bring it in under the hips if you'd like. Toes lifting up, move the flesh out of the way of the sit bones. Bring that left leg in toward you, pressing the sole of the foot into the earth, and arrange the belly so that it's pressing into that left thigh. Nice and strong in the back, tailbone pressing in, that right knee pressing down, toes flexing up. Take a breath. Right knee opens out. Lift tall into the spine. Again, direct the chest toward the right toes. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale from the hips, fold forward, trying to reach past the toes. And just as we are in that forward fold, it's a feeling, that standing forward fold, it's a feeling that you're bringing the belly to the thigh, the chest to the shin or the knee, the nose to the ankle, and the crown of the head out and long. Hands can press into the earth to help you find this lengthening. Or if they're long enough, you can of course reach around and find the foot or the toes or the ankle. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you melt in a little more. With attention to detail, your forward fold can change quite dramatically in just a few breaths. Slowly walk the hands in. Left hand reaches back behind you. And we're going to come into a lifted hip position here. So you want to feel as though that right leg is nice and secure. Left hand pressing back. And then we're going to lift up into the hips. Right arm reaching up away from you. Left arm powerful here. 5 breaths, stretch and find joy. Maybe even lift the face to the sky, lift the heart to the sky. Power in that left arm. And slowly release down. Twist the belly toward the toes, fold in. And let's repeat that. Walking back up, left hand is powerful. You really want to have a feeling that you're pressing the ground away and lifting up through the whole body. So do that now, pressing down, lifting up, reach away, lift up to the sky, find some joy here. One way to turn your frown upside down is just to turn the whole body upside down. Stretch. Hips land, belly twist toward the toes, reach up. Last one, fold forward. See if you can tell the difference here between the first breath you took and now this one. Nice and slow, forehead toward the shin or the ankle. Even if you're way up here, even if that spine, the hips aren't open and you're way up here, it's still this feeling that you're pouring yourself forward while you lift yourself up.
toes. Hands to the ankles and just move here gently into the hips, side to side. And the second side. Right foot comes down to the earth. Left leg presses straight out. Interlace the hands around the shin. Lift up through the toes. Press the belly toward the thigh and just breathe here for a moment. Really feel the length in the back of your body, the back of your neck. Take one more breath. Right knee opens out. Make sure you feel lifted in those sit bones or grounded in those sit bones. Chest presses toward the toes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Notice where you pause here. Lifting up through the heart always. Even as you're folding forward, there's still a length in the front of the body. Exhaling, belly toward the thigh. Nose toward the ankle. And crown of the head away from you. Slowly walk the hands back in. Right hand comes back behind you. Press yourself up. Reach that left arm away. Find joy here. Open the heart. And lower the hips. Press the belly toward the left toes. Reach the arms long and pour yourself forward. Second forward fold. How much further can you take it? Staying mindful. Toes pressing up, knee pressing down. Lengthening as you inhale. Softening as you exhale. Just pouring yourself forward. Right hand comes back behind you. Make sure your knee is on that mat and reach on up. Find your stretch. Filled with joy here. Hips lower. Fold in, or reach forward, and then fold in. Not rushing the process, but really noticing now this third time through, have you been able to create change in the back of your body? Just softening. And forward folds, if they don't come easy for you, they are a very confronting place to be. So just have patience and use that patience to ease into a forward fold. Two more slow rounds. And slowly walk in. Both feet come together. Bound ankle pose, hands to the ankles. And move here gently side to side.
Knees come together. Coming up and over, we'll find tabletop position, and then we'll melt into puppy pose. Knees hip distance or wider. Hips stay up over the knees. Walk your hands forward, palms toward the outside edges of the mat. And it's a feeling that you're bringing the heart down to the earth. And at some point, it'll stop coming down toward the earth, and that's when you can melt the forehead or the chin in. You can even bend into the elbows to bring the forearms to the earth if that feels better for you. And slowly walk up. Tabletop position. And stretch back, plank pose. Lift the hips, downward dog. Toes come together, arms are powerful here. Chest pressing toward the thighs, arms or ears in line with the shoulders. Lift up through the right leg. As you inhale, come up to the left, tiptoes lengthen. As you exhale, knee to nose. And then inhale, lift up, three-legged dog. Scooch toward plank pose, knee to nose. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. 2 more. Don't worry, last one. Inhale here. As you exhale, knee to nose. And then continue forward into pigeon pose. Right knee coming in line with the corner of the mat. Left ankle. You want to flex through the heel, but you can bring the ankle in as close as you'd like, or even as far as parallel, maybe somewhere in between. And then roll that left hip long. So if the right hip is off of the ground, you can bring a pillow in or a blanket in underneath to create some support there. Otherwise, lengthen back through the left leg as much as you can. And then soften here as you'd like. Some people do like to just stay uplifted and feel that stretch this way, but many more people like to melt in either to forearms or out to forehead, or somewhere in between. Pigeon pose is a love it or hate it kind of place, so if you are really uncomfortable here, you can just flip over and come into a reclined position instead of stretching the left leg long. The left leg then helps you to stretch into the right leg. So it's that same shape with the right leg if you do flip over, but it just takes the left leg out of it. So your choice here. And we'll melt in for about 10 more breaths. This is another place where patience and a slow exhale pay dividends. So just melt in and listen to the sound of your own breath, concentrating on relaxing into the right leg and coming up anytime it becomes too intense. We're moving into downward facing dog, so you want a fair amount of awareness into those arms and shoulders. Left toes tuck, slowly lift up. You can reach to three-legged dog or just down dog. Move here for a breath or two. Bring feeling back into that right side. If you recline, just roll around. Oh, if you reclined, come on up because we're going to do our lovely leg lift, knee to noses. So toes come together, arms are powerful. Last one. As you inhale, reach the left leg up. Exhale toward plank pose, knee to nose. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Exhale, two more. Feel that power in your arms. Listen to your breath. Last one. Inhale, reach up, up, up. Exhale, knee to nose. And then knee to the left side. Finding your way into pigeon stretch. Right leg lengthening back. At this point, if you need a little bit of height or padding under that left hip, feel free to bring some in. Flexing through the heel. And then stay here or fold forward as you like. And really soften in. We'll take many slow exhales here. Let yourself relax and become heavier in that left hip. These 10 breaths that we take here, this will really create some change in your hips and how you're walking, how you're standing. Palms pressing. Strong arms, right toes tuck, lift up and back, and downward dog. And knees come down to the earth. We're going to stretch out into a restorative pose today. If you have your blanket or your beach towel, you can roll it up into a tight little roll to create a pillow. If you don't have anything, which I don't have anything handy, I do have my mat though, so forget I have a second mat. And you can roll your mat up here, and you don't even have to roll it up all of the way. Just maybe even halfway, maybe even less. And we're going to lay down into a bound ankle pose with that little bit of height under our shoulder blades, or a little bit past our shoulder blades. So you want to feel as though the bottom of the shoulder blade itself is resting on top of the mat or the blanket. So it's just right there in line. And then you'll lay down. Arms can come to gratitude arms, or you can hold the head in your hands. Sometimes that feels a little bit more comfortable. And then lifting up through the belly and the sternum here with the support of the mat or the blanket. the knees will open out. And just quiet into the space here. One of the things that I love about yoga is that you can use it to create a mood change, to create a day change. And this pose is one of those places where you can do that, especially with the support of the blanket or the mat under your spine. And if that's uncomfortable at all, of course, you can move it out. You want comfort here. Elbows out, knees out, open into your heart space. And focus in here on your favorite memory. Whatever comes to mind first is usually the right one. You don't have to overthink it. Just a happy memory that came to mind. Just really put yourself in that day. Let yourself feel the energy of that day flow through you. Let yourself feel that excitement or that love or whatever it was that made you think of this moment as your favorite moment. Just draw it around yourself. What was so special? Let it fill this moment as well, this memory. Last few breaths here, focusing in on your heart center. Just want you to imagine that love is expanding through you out into the room that you're in. If you happen to be with loved ones, you can share that love with them, but let that love fill through your heart out into the room that you're in. And out into the home that you're in, just imagining the light of your heart, the energy of your heart expanding out, expanding through, just filling all of the spaces. And let that energy extend out into your neighborhood. All of the people around you, let them feel that love from your heart, just sending out your heart light. Never diminishing, always expanding, always growing, always reaching where it needs to go. Expand that love out throughout the whole world. Just imagining that the energy of your heart, the light of your heart, is enough to heal everybody if you just concentrate hard enough, if you just practice long enough. Sending out love wherever it's needed to those who are lonely, to those who are in pain, to those who are working for our better tomorrow. Let's move slowly into Savasana, just carrying that love with us into our place of rest. The knees start to come back together, eyes stay closed or low, Really stay internal here. Rolling off of your mat or blanket just long enough to straighten it out and lay down into your space. Lengthen out through the legs. And sit with that space in your heart again, just expanding out here. And feeling that love come back to you now as you sink into the earth, into your mat, into your home. This safe place that we're so grateful for.
Start to deepen your breath. Just coming back to the space that you're in. And moving slowly, just bring the left hand to your heart and then right hand on top. So left palm resting to your sternum, right hand resting on top. And take a few breaths here and just imagine that all of that love that you sent out into the earth, into the universe. Imagine that all of that love is coming back to you now. Let yourself feel loved and complete and steady here. Let yourself feel supported and strong. Simple science teaches us that what goes around comes around. So when you send the love out, it comes back to you when you need it. So just breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Turn gently to your right side, bending into your knees. Feel the weight shift here. Eyes stay closed. And then as you're ready, come on up into a comfortable seated position. Hands in your hearts in a gesture of gratitude. Gratitude for patience in these interesting times that we're living in. Gratitude for the things that we're learning. And gratitude for the practice of yoga allowing us to connect to inner joy and inner strength whenever we need to. Let's end class with the sound of 3 ohms. As always, fill your voice with love as you send that vibration out into the world. Slow, deep inhale. Thank you for taking the time to take care of yourselves today. Namaste. Very happy Saturday, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for practicing with us. We'll see you soon. Happy Saturday, Therese and Sarah. I'm so glad you're here. I can't see who else is here. They only ever show me 2 people. Yay! Oh, you guys, I can't wait to see you in the actual studio. We'll keep the faith over here. You guys do the same over there. Let us know if you need anything. Happy Saturday.